of money fibers.
Fibers.
I call up this place,
Mm-hmm.
which is near the new house. I call up this place to ask them if I can schedule out a haircut or whatever. And it was an Asian lady that said they don't do scheduled.
How'd you say
So
it?
it's just
though?
walking.
It was we don't do walk-in.
Okay.
We don't do schedule.
I just need
we
to get
do
the
only
full
walk-in.
mental picture of
Yes.
how she said
Was
it.
she tiny?
I don't know
it's
because
not
the thing was when I got there, this Asian lady was nowhere to be found. Like
I guess they're
have no
outsourcing
idea.
calls.
Check the back room and all.
I don't know. I don't know where the hell this lady was at.
I spoke to an Asian lady. I'm looking for her
I kinda wanna
for
see
no
what she
reason.
looks like, so I can
Can I
tell-
check your break
tell
room?
the-
But I asked her if they were busy because they only do walk-ins, and she's just like, no, I'm not busy. So I just fucking go over there to get a haircut, and I just walk in, and right away there's this guy, like I'm assuming is the manager. He's laying.
How does he look?
He's a bigger dude. He's a bigger dude.
He's a big papa.
He's laying on the sofa. Sees me come in. He sits up, and he's like, do you want something done? And I was like, yeah. I was like, blah 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 blah. And he was like, oh, I can't do that. And he goes to the back, and he like talks to this one lady that's already just finishing up somebody else's haircut. And he's just like explaining it to her. He's like, can you do this or whatever? He's like, I'm not good with the tracing and stuff. And she's like, yeah, I'll do it. So I was like, right now? Like, I just walked in the door. I was like, okay. I sat down, and I sat down. I sat down, and, like, she starts trimming out the hair or whatever. Well, she started with the beard first, because she right away says...
Oh, here it comes.
And this was the quote from this lady.
This is what made the story.
This is a quote.
Go ahead.
This
I'm
lady,
gonna lay back. Go
this
ahead.
lady says to
Verbatim.
me, she says, and I quote,
Go ahead.
she says,
Go ahead.
does anyone ever mistake you for a towel head? Is what
Well,
she
do they?
said to me.
Do they?
I said, only when it's really long. Then she goes into a story about how her son calls his beard his vagina.
Oh.
And
That's a good nickname for a beard.
every
I can see
once
that.
in a while, he tells his mother that he needs his vagina trimmed.
Oh, okay. That's a pretty good relationship between a mother and a son.
And then the mother, the barber who's cutting my hair, she says, she makes this joke to her son and says how, well, gee, son, the only vagina that I see is like the blonde type or something like that, which I assume was maybe his girlfriend or something like that. I don't know where this joke came from. She's talking about pubes, obviously,
Oh, okay.
and that
All
the
right.
only pubes that she's seen
Is she
are
blonde?
blonde ones. No.
Oh, thank God.
That would be terrible.
Is his
Does
dad?
he have-
There was
does
some
he have
kind of
another
sexual,
mom?
The
like,
dad is blonde.
Is his dad?
Does he have two
blonde?
moms?
some kind of sexual innuendo with like with his mom.
Maybe is this like a? Like
Oh wait,
this,
he said that to his mom, or she said that to him.
She said that to him.
So
maybe
she said,
maybe,
the
she
only
maybe she
seemed
does
blonde.
Brazilians. Maybe she does Brazilians, and like there's a lot of like white girls
At the
with
hair
blonde
place.
and whatever.
I don't know.
Are pubes supposed to be black though majority of the time? Even if you're blonde, your
Like,
pubes
do we
are
not
black?
like get into color?
no.
pube
Okay.
talk.
Your
Great. This is what I
drapes
signed
usually
up for.
match the
Does
carpet. Yeah, I mean, somebody with red hair isn't gonna have.
I don't really know where the blonde talk
I-
came from. I mean,
Anyway, James.
there wasn't one blonde person there.
I guess I found out there's. I guess there's not a lot of
Why
natural
don't you do
blondes.
some Google image searches?
I guess a lot of girls
Why
I
don't
know
you-
they're not blonde really.
I'm not gonna have this talk right now.
We can talk about it after.
When we get the water cooler, we can talk a little bit more about this. But
We're gonna have a 24-hour live stream camera on the water cooler.
So I guess you could consider
God.
not only
Oh,
was
alright. after the Trutopia session today, now
It
this
took me a
it's-
little bit to understand what his mistake was, but that's funny.
so we had pube talk. I was called a towel head. Pube talk. Then she starts breaking out into a
Not safe
story. Into a story about marijuana here, which we all know.
Listen.
That's all we talk about here in Colorado.
yeah.
You see it on the news. That's all we talk about is marijuana here.
She starts talking about
We're hot
how-
right now, right?
She makes this.
the only explanation.
This
Got it.
makes this out to be like some kind of big like conspiracy between I guess like within the government where the government shut down these marijuana farms right before legalizing it, thus creating a shortage of marijuana, and they charge very I don't know, high prices for marijuana, thus creating, I guess, a supply and demand type thing. And then
Sounds like the Illuminati.
Sounds like the work of the Illuminati.
All the while, I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, I was like, I heard there was a long line there for it. I mean,
You know what, Jordan? I hear Jordan is the Illuminati.
I knew it!
What?
Oh, you were working with her the whole
He's a
time.
secret member.
Tom Hanks
It's
gonna
on
be
his
over here.
fold.
I don't know. I'm stereo.
What is the
they're
point of that?
Temblars. Huh?
Because he's
the point
an
of
stereo
unbuttoning?
employee until he's an
Stereo.
assassin.
I don't know what you're talking
But,
about.
like-
Isn't that like Desmond's thing in the
Well, yeah,
first
I
one
know
or
that,
something?
but like, can you just walk around with that unbuttoned? Like, wouldn't that look dumb?
That would look pretty
There's
dumb.
there's actually a little compartment over here that you tuck it in.
That looks stupid.
Yeah, there's like
Now
buttons
you're like
and
this,
stuff.
so.
That doesn't look too
assassin.
terrible.
That doesn't look so bad.
Never mind.
I prefer
You know what?
either
I
way
take
'cause
it
of the
back.
black
That's
stripe,
just-
but,
Until it comes out.
Yeah, until it comes out
Yeah,
and it's
no,
like
mocking,
flopping
like-
around.
You look like a fucking
It's a
kite.
fucking
Kite.
Flapping in
So
the
yeah,
wind.
that was my haircut. I had conspiracies, I had pube talk, I had being called a towelhead.
I don't know why you were downplaying this story. I thought that, was pretty good.
I didn't hear like
pretty good
most
story.
of that.
I mean,
I like the part with
I didn't
the
hear the
vagina.
pube stuff. I remember you mentioning the
Yes,
vagina
the-
thing, but I didn't understand it at the
the
time.
pube thing was like she just kept mentioning pubes, and I was like, I
you
tried,
sure you don't
I
want
tried
that
to
shit?
relate to her, and I tried to say like, 'cause she was like talking about her son with the pubes, blah blah blah, and I would be like, yeah, you know that's. I remember in high school they used to say about pubes when kids would just start to get the facial, and she was like, oh yeah, that's all my son ever talks about. What? Pubes.
He's all about those pubes.
Maybe
All
he's
about his
maybe,
pubes.
Maybe he's like a repealing failure of high school and he's just stuck in high school. And
Maybe
that's
he
what-
likes that surrounding, seeing kids get their pubes for the first
maybe
time.
he's a
I mean,
gynecologist.
That gets wrong at a certain point.
Yeah.
there's nothing
really
right
know.
about this entire lady in general that cut my hair. Needless to
I'm
say,
kinda
I will
shocked.
never go back there ever
I'm
again.
shocked to hear that someone in a place of work like that, without any kind of I can understand if someone
It wasn't
would
even
bring
just that.
up stuff
I
like
looked
that.
up. There was one place. There's okay. I look up. It was on Yelp, which reviews. Okay, top reviewed place for men's barbers was this place where it's kind of like the Hooters equivalent of haircut
Sport
places.
I wonder
Where,
why it's the
no,
top.
no, it was called something else. But they
Hooter
had like
clips.
chicks in like
Oh,
skimpy
okay,
outfits and
okay.
stuff that they give you back rubs and shit while you're getting your haircut done.
Sounds like
This is
borderline
all-
prostitution.
It's all it
bro.
says in the description. And then number 2 was the place that I went to where people were like, they were kind of downplaying the Hooters type place where they were saying in the reviews that if you ask the owners here for a back rub, they'll tell you to see the door or something like that. Like they're making it out to be like really a sportsy place. It's for men. They got sports like fucking memorabilia all over the place.
Is it
and you,
sports
and you
club?
talk to. I don't.
That's what I just said.
No,
Somebody
it was
said
something else.
somebody
It
said
was just
it's
called Barber.
Honey clips.
No,
Honey clips.
I like that name.
but
So you can either be sexually awkward or just racially and
all
puke
10,
awkward.
all 10 reviews were completely positive for this place. I had no doubt.
you review
going
it
in.
negatively?
I'm pretty positive that
I
it was
actually
all the
haven't
workers there
wrote
that
my
probably
Yelp
wrote that.
review yet.
You should review it negatively.
I got it. I
I got
should.
this whole entire thing, this whole story.
Just link it
But
off
I don't
Creature
get-
Talk.
I don't get why in the world she like I can see if someone starts that kind of conversation with a barber and they start going along with it, but having the barber like instigate that talk without you giving anything back it's interesting.
Well, he's apparently a towelhead, so.
And
yes.
he didn't walk out, so that's grounds enough to continue on with everything.
Well, he didn't walk
whatever
out,
she
so
wants to talk about.
on to my pube
Oh
story.
man, I might as well.
You didn't get offended by that. I can go wherever I want.
Yeah, she go all over the
Maybe
place
that's,
with me,
maybe that's
guys.
the tester. She throws out something racist, and if they go along with it and don't call her out on it, she's just gonna go.
Well, at this point, there was no one else in the shop either. At this point, it was just me. It was just me.
Oh, she's just shooting the shit with you then.
Damn.